Baby, you have a baby on me, that's it. I don't care if we've been together 25 years, 10, 15, 1. Baby, I can't do it. God be giving his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, and baby, I'm not one of them.
My husband cheated on me with an OF girl, got her pregnant, and then she filed for child support. She filed for child support in custody, and he sued her back for the amount of money that she made on the videos that he was in.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
We don't advocate for cheating here, but that's talk about a come up right there. Homie had a plan. No, talk about a reverse Uno. The motherfucker not only cheated on his wife, he got the OF girl he cheated with pregnant. She went for child support, and he sued her for the money that she made from the video they did out together.
My hot nigga.
Depending on how big she is, that's a good chunk of change. I doubt it's worth your marriage. I highly doubt that. But depending on how much it is, it might be enough for your wife to reconsider that divorce.
How did I find this out? I found out that he had cheated on me because his best friend sent me the video on her OF account where his face is in it. His whole face and obviously body is in it. And then on top of that, she ends up being pregnant. She has like a bunch of videos where she's pregnant in her OF, right? And he's in those videos. And then
what the hell is
I
right?
find out about it and I'm like, what the hell? She ends up having the baby, right? And she files for custody and child support, as she should. And inevitably, I see the paperwork and he's like, oh, no, this girl just owes me a bunch of money. She's just making this up because she doesn't want to give me the money that she owes me. And I'm like, what does she owe you money for?
She owe me money. It could be for something work related. Don't worry about it. She could have lost a parlay.
This up because she doesn't want to give me the money that she owes me. And I'm like, what does she owe you money for? What does she owe you money for? Turns out he wants money for all the videos he was in. Fair enough. You were an actor in them? Sure, good. Go for you. But that wasn't what I agreed to. So anyway, they ended up like
missed it. I'm certain
up,
I didn't, but they had some type of agreement. They did. They had some type of agreement. He either gets to step out or I don't know, because she didn't say what the agreement was, but they had it, which means she should probably stay.
Together, she dropped her child support and custody case. I swooped in, filed for divorce, filed for custody, and filed for alimony and child support. I am also asking for the house, the car, all of that. The state that I live in, if you cheat on your spouse, you lose everything. So I downloaded all of those videos and I'm gonna show them in court. I can't wait to show them in court. He's wearing his wedding ring. He's wearing his wedding ring in them. He's got my name tattooed across his chest in them. Don't worry, I'm gonna get my paycheck. And baby, you're not gonna have anything. Jessica, listen, you're gonna end up with nothing. I'm gonna leave him high and dry. Enjoy.
That's some straight devious activity. My man is on that straight demon time with the wedding ring on still and your wife's name tattooed across your chest. I wonder if that's the title of the video. She doing all that, trying to get all that. Depending on the agreement they had, that might be within the bounds of it. This man seemed like he might have been planning ahead, especially with suing the OnlyFans girl for the money. He might have thought ahead a little bit. Maybe not a lot, clearly. But wait. So her friend is watching somebody's OnlyFans content and noticed it was her husband? That's crazy. It just hit me how she came to that information.
This story is about Tamela and David Mann. David done had not one, but 2 babies on Tamela Mann. Yeah, she tough because baby, I'm not tough. That's a deal breaker for me. I cannot and will not put up with no foolishness like that. Baby, you have a baby on me, that's it. I don't care if we've been together 25 years, 10, 15, 1. Baby, I can't do it. God be giving his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, and baby, I'm not one of them.
God, please, no! No! No!
People got to stop saying, oh, I wish I had a life like them. And no, baby, I don't want their life. Because, baby, we don't know what they're battling behind doors. Baby, that's a battle. Baby, that's a battle. You have kids with him, and they have 2 kids, 2 older kids. But then you go outside the marriage, and you have 2 kids on this lady. I just can't. I can't, I won't, and I never will. And I'm going to say I never will because I won't. I just can't put up with stuff like that. Can't have a baby on me and think you can come back into my life, because now you got to deal with the kids and the mother of the kids. And people know you don't have to. Yes, you do have to deal with them. You do. So God bless her, and God bless them.
Come on, David, bro. You done stepped out on wife and had 2 kids, bro. You know you can only have 1. God damn it.
You a bitch ass nigga.
Hey.
The woman who found out that her fiance had a whole secret family because of a pizza delivery. So this woman had been with her fiance for nearly 4 years. They lived together, had a joint savings account, and were planning their wedding for the following summer. Things were going well, or so she thought. One night, he texts her saying he's working late and not to wait up. She decides to be sweet and surprise him with a pizza. You know, something small to cheer him up during his long late night shift. So she calls the office reception when she arrives to ask for him. And the receptionist says, oh, he left around 5.
The fuck does he do that there's still a receptionist there at 8 p.m.? And dog, you so high up you can plan your own schedule like that. You didn't tell your receptionist like, hey, if anybody at all comes here for me, call. Don't tell them I left.
And what happens? It goes straight to voicemail. She tries not to panic, but she knows something feels off. But then she remembers that they both have their location sharing turned on. And so she opens Find My iPhone and sees that he's not at work. He's 40 minutes away in a town that she doesn't recognize. At this point, her gut is screaming at her. So she drives there, pulls up to this random semi-detached house. There's a pushchair outside the front door. The lights are on and the TV is playing. Then she knocks on the front door. A woman answers, holding a baby. The woman looks about her age. She also looks tired but friendly. The woman smiles and says, oh, you must be his sister. She freezes. I'm his fiance, she says. And the woman goes dead silent. She looks her dead in the eyes and says, fiance?
She hit her with the +1. You think you the main one? No, I'm the wife. You're the side chick. I know you thought you was about to come here and meet the other woman, but you are the other woman. Now go back to your car and never come here again.
So now the fiance is standing at this stranger's front door, heart pounding, trying to process what this woman just said to her. I'm his wife. She's like, wait, what? She pulls out her phone and shows her photos on it. Engagement photos, text messages, photos from their holiday in Italy last year. The other woman goes pale. It turns out they had been married for over 6 years, had a 1-year-old baby, and the wife had no idea that he was engaged to somebody else. They both started piecing everything together. He was telling his wife that he was working night shifts when he was staying with his fiance, and telling his fiance that he was on business trips when he was home with his wife and baby. He was literally living a double life.
Like, how often is he at home with his wife and family that he can just make up these business trips? Or is he just not at home with them? So it allows him that excuse. Like, oh, nah, I got to go out on a business trip. Like, he spent 1 weekend a month with his family or something. Like, what's going on?
2 separate bank accounts, 2 different phones, 2 different families, planning 2 different weddings. Understandably, the wife starts to cry. The fiance is shaking. They both realize in that moment that he had been lying to them for years. And it gets worse. He had proposed to his fiance using his wife's grandmother's engagement ring, which he
Hey, I was about to say, there ain't no way it could get worse. I be wrong all the time.
Told her was an antique that he found from an auction. They confronted him together the next day. He denied everything until they both slapped him with the evidence. And guess what? Neither of them stayed. They both walked away and he lost everything. Serves him right.
So the woman's wondering if she's the asshole for telling her husband's affair baby's family to come get the kid, or she's calling CPS. That's a real tough one. I don't normally like to say people are an asshole, but I don't think you should involve the baby, but also you shouldn't have to keep the baby there if it's not your baby. But let's find out what's going on.
This 53-year-old woman's soon-to-be ex-husband, Roger, 47, whom she forgave for his affair, came home with a baby 4 months ago. His girlfriend, 22, couldn't handle it anymore and brought the baby to him at work and left. To the best of his knowledge, she's now in Spain. Now, this woman allowed him to stay so long as she didn't have to do...
She said, you can keep the baby, but I'm not doing nothing at all in any way, shape, or form with this baby. Nothing. I don't want to cast judgment and be like, Roger must have been paying for stuff or putting it down. But I don't know. Maybe their relationship just real solid like that. But no, because if their relationship was solid like that, would he cheat? Would he go have an affair? I don't know.
Kill him, but he is very weak and incapable of doing anything for himself. Now, since he isn't up and about, he cannot care for his child. He also can't drop off and pick up his son from daycare. So she has been helping, but she's now done. She says that her kids are fully grown and she shouldn't be having any grandkids anytime soon. And she doesn't have any desire to care for a baby at this point. She's told Roger that she wants a divorce and that she's contacted the mother's parents, who knows the 22-year-old girl's father through her friends. She told their family that they have until Friday to come and get their grandchild, or she would be calling CPS. They left with the baby, but they scolded her for being so cold towards a baby that had done her no harm. However, she says that she does view the child differently. Roger is recovering currently, and she says that she will be moving out. The house is in his name, but she never contributed to it. But she has the equivalent of 22 years worth of rent put away. And as per their prenup, her savings are her own. She says that she works and she doesn't need nothing out of this marriage except for herself. Her kids, however, are telling her to stay and help their father. She told her kids that they were welcome to come over and help him with cleaning himself and the baby, but both her children declined. She says she doesn't feel that she's acting badly. However, Roger, their children, his child's family, and a few mutual friends think that she is. So she wants...
In that situation, I do not think she's the asshole. Every single person she gave an opportunity to come and do something. The kids were talking about how they wanted the mom to stay and help take care of the dad. She said, no, you can come take care of the dad. I'm not going to do it. You can come over here, wash him, bathe him, help him eat, take care of this baby. I'm not doing it. If you want it done, you come do it. They said no. She called the family and said, hey, come get this child. They belong to y'all, your daughter, whoever. Come get it, or else I'm calling Child Protective Services. The choice is yours. I had an agreement with this man. He broke the agreement. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. She ain't the asshole in my opinion.
I'm convinced that all these men hate women and they're gay. Ma. Did y'all see the video of the lady who is a nurse and her husband brought in his side bitch?
So before she even get too deep into this one, I just want to point out the fact that she said men hate women and they gay. But then this dude got a wife and a side piece, and the side piece pregnant. He either really, really gay and faking it, or, you know, he might not be gay.
And the wife was their nurse. And she had asked the lady was like bragging about her dude or whatever. She was like, oh, okay, you know, his baby father gonna be coming and all this. And she was like, oh, he was just here. That was him. And that's how she found out that her husband was having a baby. He literally brought that bitch to her hospital. And she was their nurse. The wife.
That's crazy.
Was their
like,
nurse.
I don't understand where she or why she started with that men hate women gay stuff, but whatever. If your wife works in the OBGYN at the hospital, you hear your pregnant chick's planning to go for this baby, you should take her somewhere else. Take her somewhere else. Don't be in that situation. But if you're going to be, take her somewhere else. Like, you about to have your wife crash out at her job. Rightfully so, though.